Alright, channel message. This is for that policeman that I know, or detective that be watching my videos. I know you've been interested about, what I've been speaking on since earlier, which means whatever case that you looked at what I said before must have come true recently or whatever. But I'm getting that there's going to be some sort of discovery. There was a white woman. Now, I don't know what kind of race or ethnicity she is, but this woman has ties to some sort of, she's light skinned or white woman, I don't know. But she has ties to somebody in the prison system. This prison system is somewhere by the Nile River, or um, she is somehow having ties with prisoners that are getting sent to the Nile, or something in regards to the Nile River. So I don't know if she is explaining to somebody that they are able to get free if they do something. And I don't know if it's like a weird prison sentence in this location where they get sent to the Nile. And this could have been, forever ago. I don't really know for sure the time span of when this was. It seemed kind of recent though, like within the last 5 to 10 years, but I'm hearing like 10. So I don't know if it's like maybe on October or, um, but it's like she had explained to this man who's about like 40 years old, or been in prison for about 40 years, something like that. And they go to him and they say, okay, we're going to set you free, all right? And you're going to be free of whatever that you're going to do. And the man, like, does something or whatever he needs to do to agree to that. And so they do this. I guess in order for him to be free, he has to do some sort of ritual to be free. And that's understandable, So the guy's like, well, fuck, if I'm in here for life, I might as well do what I need to do to be free. And, whatever that ritual was meant that he himself was also going to be sent to the Nile, like in a very literal sense, like drowned in the Nile. So there might be a body in the Nile. You might hear of a story of somebody getting caught for something, and he like got caught by the society and got sent to the Nile. The body's gonna be picked up from the Nile. That's what I'm getting. And the ritual that he was doing was meant to affect the second chakra of an individual. So, and that individual obviously is me. And for whatever reason, the ritual that he did, it was like he was almost forced to do it because he wanted to give up in the middle of it. He didn't want to really go through with it, but they coerced him or forced him somehow to do it. So whoever this man is, he's most likely dead by drowning. Um, and they just either they did it recently or it was done August 10th or what, I don't know. But that's just something, a little extra for you for whatever this, case is of following whatever. I think the last I heard about this case was that this mother was crazy and you caught somebody doing some crazy sexual lewd act. Um, so this is just, for you, for like a little update. I don't know if you've been watching my videos still or what, or if you even found me again, but that, in case you have, that's going to be like the next, clue to whatever it is that you're looking for or whatever. So yeah, whoever this guy was, he looked at, you know, Middle Eastern, short hair, had a beard. He looked a little bit shorter than me. Like I said, he was about 40-ish years old. And like his soul is like trapped in the Nile type thing, for one purpose. And the purpose is to, like I said, absorb sexual energy by like be an individual they can call to forcefully enter a person's temple, spiritual temple, and absorb their sexual energy. So these people that he is most likely attacking are going to be having like increased sexual urges, like to like an nth degree, most likely, like very high increased sexual urges, sexual deviancy. So they probably use this person to also monitor people, spiritually monitor people, so they can get information to further seduce them into this type of worship, or into this type of ritualistic warfare, or ritualistic gatherings or things like that. So whoever sent this person, for whatever reason, was under the impression that he was going to be free, but their word free, it was either a lie, or like they meant free as in like free in the spiritual realm, meaning that he'll be able to roam free, quote unquote, but really freedom is like a like they're using it as a way to like entrap him. The way they explained it, he may have been second guessing, but it's almost like they were using very like persuasive tactics to get him to agree to it. Because I mean, it seemed like he was either in prison forever or was going to be in prison for 40 years, and he couldn't do that. So that's just a heads up. And if you wanna one of the karmics watching this, I don't really know what you're trying to do, but I don't know. It just seemed like you mad desperate for what, I'm not really sure. Like I said, you already know like what's gonna happen, so I don't really know why you're so like worried. You already know already, so why? Like, to me, it doesn't make sense. I feel like you're kind of making everything worse than what it like really needs to be. Um, but hey, that's just, that's for the karmics, nothing, or whatever people that keep trying to do this, because you've been doing it for a while, and it's like nothing has really like, I don't know, it seems like nothing has really been super successful as it used to be. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you've been told to stop, and you're still not stopping, and you think the karma's bad now. I don't really know what's gonna happen, but hey, that's really none of my business. I'm not really digging into that. I'm just letting you know, like, that you already know to stop. So for the detective out there, stay strong. Like I said, you're very involved in this case for a reason, and just kind of reiterate, that means that you were kind of picked to solve this case, or to look into this case for whatever reason. And that means that there's a certain wealth to your knowledge, and this wealth of knowledge is kind of scary for people, because they've never had somebody in your position be going against them. That is almost like I'm hearing somebody that cannot be stopped. But that also means you're kind of, like I said, you're guarded spiritually for this reason. You're being watched at a constant basis by the enemy, and by other spiritual beings very closely. And these spiritual beings are weighing your heart for every decision. And with this time coming up, I know it's been a long time since I've addressed it. There is a breaking of certain traditions, a breaking of certain understandings of what's been going on, and especially with you. So you're kind of evolutionizing as this. Evolutionizing, did I just make a word up? Man, pretty awesome. you're kind of evolutionizing this way of like gathering information. And I don't know if I'm like, I don't know what kind of faith you have or whatever, that's being tested. Your patience is being tested. Things are unraveling in divine time. And just so you know, if you're just looking into me, it's really more than just about me. It's actually about like a whole other class of people that this has been happening to. And if you know, if you're really kind of afraid to look deeper, I'm just gonna, you know, let you know you're gonna have to do it at some point. um, there is no stopping this knowledge from you, not even from yourself. So you're gonna have the heart of steel to look into what it is that has been going on. And when you do, you're going to be prepared for also what comes after, because once you know, they're going to be aware that you know. That's kind of how it rolls. Once you know, they know that you know. All right. And you may be looking at people differently. Like I said, you may be really looking at yourself and your body differently, a lot of things differently. So this isn't, like I said, this case isn't just about, you know, me. It's kind of an all around the world kind of information that you're digging up. And you know, you may be asked to speak about it, um to only like trusted people. I don't really know really what that means. There's going to be a habit you're going to be changing. Habitual liars are just naturally afraid of you. They're not getting away with anything. They think they're being slick. Oh, I'm getting this from the dome over here. From these are downloads. It's like Spirit said that they're not going to be laughing anymore. And sure as fuck, they're not laughing right now. Some of the lower level guys, they're like guys and gals. They're like confused in the dark. They don't realize how deep this shit go. And like that's how Spirit had to say that word. Like they don't realize how deep they involved and why they can't leave the way they want to leave. They said they think they got network. The spirits are networking some shit. The spirits are not down to clown around. They have a lot of space that's been forfeited. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of you don't realize how much space that you're actually like, how do I say, that you're actually graced to walk upon, where people are like, he shouldn't be able to, or he or she shouldn't be able to go there. The Spirit said that's right. And what they mean by that's right is that that's your right to do that, because that's what you're gifted for. You're like, you're able to walk in like either cursed places that have been cursed, and you coming out clear, not even clean. You're coming out very clear, like you see some shit very clearly, or the information is going to be given to you clearly, or something like that, or you're going to make shit clear. I'm getting a weird message. Like they said water boiling and freezing temperatures. What? Why would water boil in freezing temperature? I don't know. Is that like a part of your character where like you boiling even though it's hot, even though it's cold? I mean, or you make people fucking boil One is called. They said that your attitude is right. You have a good attitude. There are a lot of downloads coming for this reading. It's weird. There's something about some type of impromptu speech that Spirit is warning about. They're saying, like, don't do it. It's some sort of like you're gonna be guided to not do it, or like guided to like step away and be like, no, I got other things, or you're gonna be so busy that you're not gonna be able to do it, or it's just not something that you want to do. So they're trying to get you to talk haphazardly, something like that. They want you to almost do like have an impromptu speech so that they can like tear it the fuck apart, whatever the fuck that means. They just said keep your sex in check. Damn, what does that mean? Keep your sex in check. They say you know exactly what the fuck that means. Alright. Yeah, I guess we kind of know what that means. There's layers of filth. I'm getting. Jar magic. You're getting jar magic. So like jar magic, I think the way it works is that like you get a picture of somebody, put some soil or whatever, and then throw it either underground or in this case underwater. You may find a jar underwater with like somebody's picture in there. Could be, I don't know, some random shit. They said unseal it. Unseal it. If you find it, unseal it. Don't be scared. Somebody's trying to get somebody's attention. Somebody's trying to get somebody's attention. What's that? A calling. There's a calling. You're like following your calling. You're following your calling. I'm getting that when you speak sometimes, you're profiting others. Like, I don't know if like you dropping some sort of fucking gems on somebody, or you're going to, and they like, oh, like they really fucking listening to you. Like you dropping some shit and they really like sitting back just hearing you because that's how good it sounds, or like that's how it sounds, or you dropping some sort of information here. All right, take it easy, Mr. and Mrs. Detective. I'm sure we'll see each other again.